What's up YouTube? Welcome to another video. In today's video, we are talking about nutrition. But before we get started, please take a moment and hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel and I really appreciate it. Now I know what you're thinking. Chris, you've already done a nutritional video on this channel. And you're right, but my nutritional journey is constantly evolving as I'm learning new techniques and implementing new strategies for nutrition while riding long distance on the bike. And I recently had a great win when I did my Rafa Compass challenge that I wanted to share with you all. So let's get started. How many rides have you ended up feeling like this? I really need someone to drive by so I can get some water. Give me a ride out of here. What if there was a way to avoid bonking by following a simple nutritional formula?
No way. Yes way, Ted!
Here's what I did in 3 words: purposeful carb intake. Cycling nutrition is a complicated subject with huge variations on recommended strategies based on multiple external factors. So I'm not here today to set an absolute answer to this well-documented conundrum. However, I am going to share what worked for me recently and what I intend to do moving forward. While the topic of cycling nutrition is a hotly debated subject, one thing that isn't up for debate is the fact that your body needs fuel in order to continue performing, especially over long distances on the bike. And the way that your body gets fuel is through carbohydrate. You're going to have to input a certain amount of grams of carbs per hour in order to continue producing a consistent effort throughout the day. But how can you possibly know how many grams of carbohydrates to take on per hour? A simple Google search reveals a dizzying array of variations of recommended carb intake based on a whole host of external factors. So how did I decide how many carbs per hour is the appropriate amount to take on? Well, I looked no further than a cyclist that I look up to. His name is Dan Evans, no relation, but he is a 36-year-old British competitive cyclist whose palmares include being the 2-time British hill climb champion, in addition to being an ASOS brand ambassador and racer for Cannondale, UK. He's a great athlete and he's married to Jess Evans, his kick-ass wife, who accompanies him on bike rides around Wales and is a 5-time Welsh hill climb champion herself. Talk about a power couple. I reached out to Dan in 2020, commenting on how inspiring his nutrition was because it always seemed like his nutrition was so perfectly dialed. He graciously responded with his carb goal, and this to me is worth more than any Google search or scientific study. If it's good enough for Dan Evans, it's good enough for me. So, armed with this information, I went about setting out a nutritional plan and strategy to consume 60 grams of carbs per hour on long distance rides. I implemented this strategy for my most recent Rafa Compass challenge. How you go about getting those 60 grams of carbs per hour into your body is really up to personal preference. However, my secret formula that worked absolutely flawlessly was a combination of Haribo gummy bears, Cis energy gels, and last but not least, the secret weapon, hamburgers. Just a plain hamburger from a fast food restaurant. It doesn't really matter which fast food restaurant you go to, whichever is available, hopefully along your ride route, which I was able to do on this last ride, although it's not always going to be a feasible option. So what I did is I ordered 2 hamburgers. One I ate on the spot and the second one went into my back pocket, and I would ride for another hour and then consume that next hamburger there, and it worked like a charm. Now obviously, hamburgers are going to vary in their nutritional value across different locations depending on where you get it. But I think the general rule of thumb can be held to about 300 to 400 calories per hamburger, 30 grams of carbohydrates, and about 13 grams of protein, which is just a phenomenal boost to your day. It helps reach that nutritional goal and also give you the added energy that you're going to need to continue your endurance ride. And that's it. That's exactly what worked for me. Maintaining that 50 to 60 grams of carbs per hour absolutely saved my bacon when I was out there doing the Rafa Compass challenge. Did over 100 miles, still felt perfectly fine by the end of it. Sure, I was tired after doing that amount of distance, but I didn't feel like I was bonking or running out of energy or hungry to the point where it would have impacted any sort of performance that I had. The best laid plan will completely fall apart if you're not sticking to it. Ironically, I did so well on the Rafa Compass Challenge using this nutrition strategy, and then on the very next ride, when I did my Idlewild bike packing trip, I completely fell off the rails because I didn't follow a nutrition plan. I ignored certain situations where I could have gotten more food, and unfortunately it was very, very close to bonking at the end of the day. I was extremely hungry, very tired, and very drained, and a completely different feeling at the end of that ride than at the end of the Rafa Compass Challenge. So the best laid plans only work if you commit to the nutrition plan that you have set. So there you have it. That is my nutritional secret. That's my plan going forward. This is the strategy that I'm going to be implementing on all of my rides moving forward as much as possible. Please try it out for yourself. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Or if you have a nutritional strategy that you're constantly implementing on your longer rides, let me know. I would love to hear what you guys are up to as well. I know that nutrition on the bike can be challenging, but if you make a plan and you stick to it, I guarantee you're going to enjoy your rides more and not have to worry about bonking. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.